What if I told you an AI could tell exactly who did the work in your group project and who didn't? Think about it. No more guessing, no more unfair grades, no more one person carrying the whole team. In this video, we're diving into a powerful new AI system that can actually analyze teamwork itself, tracking contributions, spotting free riders, and even helping instructors grade collaboration more fairly. We'll break down how it works, what kind of data it uses, and why this could completely change the way group projects are evaluated. Whether you're a student, teacher, or part of a team anywhere, if you've ever been frustrated by group work, you're going to want to see this. Let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? You're in a group project, you feel like you're pulling all the weight, and you just wonder, is there any fair way to actually grade teamwork? Well, what if an AI could do it? Today, we're diving into some really cool research about an AI that just might be able to measure the unmeasurable. We hear it all the time. As AI gets more and more advanced, the skills that are going to be most valuable are the ones that are uniquely human. Collaboration, creativity, critical thinking. These aren't just buzzwords anymore. They're pretty much the foundation for the future of work. But here's the real puzzle. How on earth do you put a number on something as fuzzy as collaboration? How do you give an objective grade for how well someone resolved a conflict? I mean, it seems almost impossible, and that's the core problem we're tackling. Well, get ready for this. A group of Google researchers created an experimental AI simulation to do exactly that. It's called Vantage, and it was designed to try and solve this puzzle. And honestly, the results are kind of revolutionary. Okay, so first up, the unmeasurable skills. Before we get into the solution, let's just break down why this is such a tough nut to crack in the first place. You've got big organizations like the World Economic Forum all saying that these are the absolute must-have skills for the future. And it just makes sense, right? Think about any major breakthrough. It's never just one person. It's always the result of a team thinking critically and working together. The problem is, the way we usually test skills is, well, it's a bit stuck in the past. Standardized tests are great for seeing what facts you've memorized, but they tell you absolutely nothing about how you actually interact with other people. Now, the ideal way would be to just watch people in real-world situations, but let's be honest, that's just way too expensive and impossible to do for everyone. And this is exactly where the AI comes in. This next section is all about the solution, an AI practice sandbox. Think of it like a flight simulator, but instead of learning to fly a plane, you're learning how to be a better teammate. So, Vantage is this research experiment that uses AI to build a safe little world for you to practice those future-ready skills. You're having conversations with AI avatars, which means you can try things, mess up, and learn, all without any real-world pressure. And this isn't just a tech thing. It was developed with education experts from New York University. So you're probably thinking, how does this AI sandbox actually work? What happens when you're in there? Let's peek under the hood, because the system is actually pretty clever. It all starts when you enter a simulation with a team of AI avatars. Let's say your task is preparing for a debate. Now here's the cool part. There's a director AI working behind the scenes, kind of like a game master. If the conversation is going too smoothly, it might throw in a dynamic challenge or a disagreement to test your negotiation skills. At the same time, another scoring AI is analyzing the transcript of your conversation. And finally, you get a detailed skill map with scores and actual feedback. So what this whole process does is it takes the guesswork out of improving these skills. It makes the invisible progress, like how you're getting better at leading a discussion, suddenly visible, something you can actually see and work on. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, but the real question is, can an AI really grade something as nuanced as human collaboration? Does it actually work? Well, that's exactly what the researchers set out to prove. They basically staged a showdown. In one corner, you have trained human experts from NYU. In the other, you have the AI evaluator. They gave them both the same student conversations and the same rubric and said, okay, go grade them. The test was to see if the AI's scores would line up with the humans. And the results were, well, they were pretty stunning. This chart shows how often the different readers agreed with each other. The agreement between two human experts was good, as you'd expect. But check this out. The agreement between a human expert and the AI was right there on par with them. So the bottom line is a huge breakthrough. The AI's ratings are officially comparable to a human expert's. This showed for the first time that there might be a reliable, scalable way to measure these skills that we always thought were unmeasurable.
But the team didn't just stop there. They decided to up the ante and test the AI on an even more abstract skill, creativity. For this, they ran a second study with a startup called OpenMic, this time looking at creative multimedia tasks from about 180 students. The result of that study was this number, 0.88. Now, for anyone who knows statistics, that's a Pearson's correlation score, and it is incredibly high. It means there was a very strong positive relationship between how the AI scored creativity and how the human expert scored it. Just amazing.
So the tech works, it's reliable. What does all this mean for the future of education? Well, it could change pretty much everything. Let's talk about the future-ready classroom. The researchers put it best in their paper. They talk about creating a measurable skills layer that sits atop existing school curricula. What they mean is, instead of a one-off class on teamwork, imagine getting feedback on your collaboration skills in all your classes, whether it's history or biology. You could be in a social studies class debating a historical topic with AI avatars. Or maybe you're leading a virtual team to plan a lab experiment in science class. You'd be learning the subject, but you'd also be getting feedback on your teamwork at the same time. It would be a safe space to practice tricky things like conflict resolution over and over again. Ultimately, what this research does is it takes a massive step toward making these essential human skills tangible and coachable. It's about taking these abstract ideas and making them something we can actually see, measure, and improve upon for everyone. And that leaves us with a really big question. For centuries, we've used technology to make ourselves physically stronger or faster. But what happens when AI starts to help us master our social and emotional skills? If AI can help us get better at being human, what's the next frontier for what we can learn and achieve together? The possibilities are pretty mind-boggling.